I've heard that diamonds are a girl's best friend, but when I hear that as an accountant, the first thing I think about is depletion. How long is that diamond mine going to last? How many diamonds are still in there? And what did we pay for that diamond mine? It's all very romantic. Welcome to Accounting How To. I'm your host, Carolyn Grimm, and that is my sidekick, Terrence. We're here to put the fun in accounting fundamentals. So when we're talking about natural resources like diamond mines or woodlots or oil wells, these are natural resources. And in accounting, we have to look at the value of those assets and how that value will decrease over time. So if we were talking about a fixed asset like a truck or a building, we would track that loss of value using depreciation. But because we're talking about natural resources like diamond mines, what we're going to be looking at is something called depletion. And you can think of depletion as being depreciation of natural resources. It operates the same way, but the terminology is depletion. So natural resources are naturally occurring assets, and they are removed from the environment for the purpose of selling them, and they are removed and sold over a period of more than a year. That's how we define a natural resource in accounting. So we assume that those natural resources are limited and that they're going to be depleted over time. So the way that we figure the amount of depletion is using this equation. We're going to take the cost of the resource, whatever it is you paid for this thing, this diamond mine, this woodlot, and we're going to divide it by the estimated total units that we're going to get out of there. Maybe it's tons of diamonds or cords of firewood. Now, fans of depreciation methods, and I know there are many fans of depreciation methods, are going to recognize that this formula are similar to the depreciation method called units of activity or units of production method. It's the same idea. We're taking the cost, we're dividing it by the number of units in order to get a factor. We'll then take that factor and multiply it by the actual amount taken from our diamond mine or our woodlot. So let's look at an example. Let's say you buy a woodlot for $12,000 and you estimate that you're going to be able to harvest 10,000 cords of wood, the unit, from that lot. And in the first year, you harvest 2,000 cords of firewood. So you're going to figure your depletion rate for the first year by taking the cost, $12,000 of that woodlot, dividing it by the estimated cords of wood, the unit, that you think you're going to get from that woodlot. That's going to give you a depletion cost per unit of $1.20. So then we're going to take the actual cords that we harvested in the first year, 2,000 cords, and we're going to multiply that by $1.20, our depletion cost per unit, which will give us a depletion cost for the year of $2,400. So with depreciation, we used the account's depreciation expense and accumulated depreciation to track our depreciation expense. Well, with depletion, we're going to use depletion expense and accumulated depletion. So for our year one woodlot adjusting entry, we would be debiting depletion expense for $2,400 and we would be crediting accumulated depletion for $2,400. And just like with accumulated depreciation, our accumulated depletion is a contra account, it's a contra asset, and it appears on the balance sheet just like our depreciation deduction does, as a deduction from the cost of the asset. So we would have an asset called woodlot, and then we would have accumulated depletion, and then we would have our net book value, the difference between the two. And there you have it, depletion of a natural resource. Until next time, stay balanced, my friends.